Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to webinar series EDSA. How are you doing, everybody? I hope you are doing fine, stay healthy, and always in the good condition. First of all, I would like to say thank you very much to all participants who have joined this webinar series EDSA. This is the first series of webinar series EDSA, so I hope all the participants can pay attention and listen carefully to the materials that would be delivered by our presenters. And then here, I would like to introduce myself, of course. Hello, my name is Kintan Putri Suci, and here I am as your moderator in this webinar series EDSA, and I'm very grateful and appreciate to be your lead in this webinar series EDSA, which is held by English Department Student Association English Education Department, Siliwangi University. As we have already know that our theme is building respect and building respect. As we have already know that our theme is building respect and maintaining identity in diverse cultures. All right, talking about identity, it is a very interesting topic because this is very related to everyone's life, because everyone here, of course, has their own identity, which is different from one another. As we have already know that identity, it can be defined like your image, your body, your face, your achievements, your goals, and many things that can define our identity, and many factors that can shape our identity. It starts from family, and then environment, and then friends, and then culture also have a big influence too, shapes our identity. And then talking about cultural identity, what is cultural identity actually? So cultural identity, it can be defined as the behavior or characteristic of someone's culture. As we have already know that cultural identity also, of course, differs from one another. For example, Sundanese people identity is kind of like A characteristic, and Javanese people are kind of like B characteristic. And then it's clear we are different, and sometimes the difference itself, it's hard to be united. It's become a space between us. Why is it happening? It is happened because we cannot respect each other, and then it is happened because we lack of cultural awareness. So how to handle with that situation, how to build respect to diverse culture, it would be discussed in our webinar series EDSA. And here, I would like to introduce the 6 presenters that will deliver the material regarding to our theme. All right, for the first presenter, there is Sri Mulyani with her topic, Identity is Very Important. And her achievement is she got an awardee of BI scholarship. And then the second presenter, that is Dinda Damayanti with her topic, Repairing the Identity Crisis. And then the third presenter, there is Evie Yuniarti with her topic, How to Respect the Different Identity. And the fourth presenter, there is Sandra Amelia with her topic, Let's Fight Prejudicism, Life Without Othering. And some of her achievements are, she got an awardee of PPA scholarship, and she has been in EDSA membership since 2019. And then the fifth presenter, there is Tia Elvia with her topic, Dealing with Othering and Cross-Cultural Communication. And her achievement is she is a reporter from Gemercik Media. And then the last presenter, the sixth presenter, that is Diana Puspitasari with her topic, 5 Tips to Avoid Othering of Need. All right, so there are the presenters that would be delivered, the material that regarding to our theme. I hope all the participants can listen carefully to the material that would be delivered in this webinar. And then here, I would like to read you the rules of the game. So to all participants, please listen carefully to this rule of the game in this webinar. Here, there are 8 rules of the game. The first rule is, this is an oral presentation only, so no written material could be delivered. Therefore, I suggest to all participants to take note to write the material that would be delivered by our presenters. And then second, this webinar is a full English forum session, so all activities will be delivered in English. And the third rules, all participants must turn off their camera and audio during the presentation. So, to the all participants here who have not turned off your camera and audio yet, please turn off them right now. And the fifth rule, all the presenters will present the material in turn. And the sixth, question and answer session will come after the whole presentation. And seven, you may start asking questions since the presentation is started. And to the presenters who want to ask a question, you may type the questions in the chat box. And don't forget to write the address of your question to whom to. And then the last rule, questions will be limited. If you could not get your answer, you may contact us in our email. So here, we would only choose 3 questions or 2 questions regarding to the time that we have. And for the participants who have not been answered yet, we would answer the questions through our email. Who have not turned off your audio? So, participants who have not turned off your audio, please turn off it right now. All right, thank you. All right, so those are the rules of the game of this webinar. And now we are going to the main agenda of this webinar series, EDSA. This is the presentation session. All right, here I would like to invite the first presenter, Sri Mulyani, with her topic, identity is very important. All right, so Sri Mulyani, please welcome. Time is yours.
All right, thank you, Kintan.
Yes.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello, everyone. How are things with you? I hope you are always in a good condition. Actually, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Sri Mulyani, and here I would like to share you about the importance of identity. And my presentation divided into 3 sections. The first one is what is identity? The second one is the example of identity. And the third is conclusion about the importance of identity. All right, guys, let's get started. When we say identity, what do you know about identity? Maybe according to ordinary people, the identity is only an identifier, right? Such as name, ID card, and at university there is also a KTM, right? And here I believe that you already know about identity, but here I want to repeat again what is meant by that identity. Yeah, identity is who or what a person or thing is. Your identity, is how you define who you are, and it is also how others define you. And according to Stella Tingtumi, identity is self-reflection that comes from the family, gender, culture, ethnicity, and the process of socialization. Identity basically refers to the reflection of ourselves and other people's perceptions of us. And every human being has their own identity. So that one person will not be the same as another person, right? And here I will discuss about the importance of an identity. From its name alone, it is important how people call us by that name. And have you ever, guys, imagined if all humans do not have names? Or if all the names are the same? It would be difficult not to go through daily life, such as calling, writing, and telling that person to others, right? And that is just a name. And of course, every country must have identity, right? And have rules for the identity of their people too. Like in Indonesia, there is a birth certificate, family card, ID card, driver license, and etc. And at university, there is also KTM. The identity that I will discuss this time about the importance of self-identity from the views of others, such as your hobbies. According to Henry Tezfeld and John Turner, everyone tends to group themselves in various social groups. Variety of collection is very much. Groups can come from the similarity of social classes, interests, or habits to religional. After a group, the public seeks a shared creed, so that eventually gives birth to a creed in the identity of the social group. Yes, I believe that all of you know that what is it? Hobbies is part of identity. Yes, of course, hobbies are also identities, and hobbies from yourself that are usually widely viewed by others. For example, you like sports, music, and etc. From your hobby will create a very strong identity. So you will be what is it? Easy to remember. A strong identity will make a fame, right? Yeah, Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi. I believe that all of you know, yeah? Who are not familiar with these two footballers, they can be remembered and known by people because their identities are so strong and because they are more prominent in their field, namely football, right? And the identity that you generate or image from you will make you easy to remember and be known by people because of that identity. Therefore, make or appear your identity even greater because identity is so important to get friends, right? And to get friends, family, and etc. All right, guys, from this example, we can get conclusion and lessons that identity is so important for every living thing to support its social, because with identity, it makes it easy to, where is it, for human to relate to other humans. And according to John Channel, in identity is what is it important only because it is an opportunity to become example to go beyond whatever we and others think our identity is. And before I end this topic, I have quote for you. Be who you are and say what you feel because those who mind don't matter and do those who matter don't mind. Thank you. And back to moderator.
All right. Wow, that was the presentation by Sri. Thank you, Sri, for your great presentation. And now we are going to the second presenter. There is Dinda Damayanti with her topic, Repairing the Identity Crisis. So, Dinda, please welcome. Time is yours. Hello, Dinda.
Alright, thank you Kintan. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello, good morning everyone. Thank you for stay tuned and let's move to the another one topic. With me, my name is Dinda Damayanti. Well, let's start it. Have you ever asked yourself in the question, who am I really? What is my purpose in my life? What benefit can I give in life? As well as various other questions related to values and interesting yourself in your living right now. If the answer is yes, then you are experiencing an identity crisis. Yeah, so that's my topic in this my presentation. And then, what is identity crisis? The term of identity crisis was popularized by Erik Erikson. He is a developmental physiologist. According to Erik Erikson, identity crisis to describe the uncertainty and then even anxiety that the adolescent may feel as they no longer children and then become puzzled and confused, become puzzled and confused about their life and future roles in life. And identity crisis is a conflict within oneself then that can indeed arise during life. Actually, it is normal to question your existence and interest life. And interest was that interest topic in life, right? But when this question have started to enter and affect your mind, even your daily life, it can affect of stress and depression to prolonged depression. In some people, sign of that have an experience identity crisis. And then, why does identity crisis occur? Many opinions say that the inner identity crisis that to identity and actually usually that the adolescent and middle age groups. Not only that, this problem can occur can happen to anyone regardless of how old he is. And then the majority of root causes of identity from the stress, depression, and then whether because of parental divorce, traumatic events, loss of love, loss of work, and then other big problem. And then, according to Ryan Romano, he is a wellness expert. This identity crisis is causes people to become worried and anxious, then even depressed than ever before. So it's time to break the habit living of anyone else's life, but you can create and desire. Because all of this problem more or less have an impact in your life, which is the way you see and judge yourself. So how to repairing identity crisis? The first one is avoid spending too much time thinking about that can discourage you in your life. Remember, everyone has their own abilities and limitation, and then try to find fun things that can encourage you in your activities, and then join with your social activities such as hobbies, and then or find new job suit with your abilities. It is important to make your friends as widely as possible and ask to support you from the people around you. And according to Ryan Romano, that we had power to create who we want to be. So relax, enjoy the unfolding in your life, and then write down 10 things you love about yourself, 10 things that genuinely make you smile, and 10 things completely with your heart, fill your heart, and then 10 things that was that valuable and worthy you are, because you are valuable and you are worth. So align yourself with who you want to be, and then enjoy the more confident and exhilarating life. Thank you. Back to the moderator.
All right, thank you, Dinda, for your very nice presentation. So that was the presentation given by Dinda. And now we are going to the third presenter. There is Evie Yuniarti with her topic. Evie Yuniarti with her topic, how to respect the different identities. So please, Evie Yuniarti, time is yours.
Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone. Thanks for stay tuned. Let me introduce myself. My name is Evie Yuniarti. In here I will deliver how to respect different identity. As we know that identity is all about characteristics, beliefs, personality, qualities, and so on. And then, how to respect different identity? it is very, very simple to do. The first step is to get to know yourself. Before we can respect how other people have developed their opinions, we need to spend time developing our own opinions on the subjects we care about. Decisions left to other influences in your life are brittle, weak pillars to build your identity on. The pillars of your identity, made up by the things that matter to you, should be familiar to you and to the people you spend time with. If there is an issue that is important to you, make sure it shows in your life. Living a life that is true to your core beliefs is rewarding and authentic. This authenticity promotes your confidence and helps others understand your perspective. Second is acknowledging other people's stories. Everyone is the main character in their own story. Though this can be hard to comprehend at first, seeing people is as they see themselves is the second step to respecting their identity. When we start looking at people this way, we need to come to the understanding that not everyone sees the world as we do. Third, to respect people's identities, you have to be willing to listen. Everyone has the right their opinions, so you can respect to others by recognizing they each have a unique perspective and being unafraid to discuss it civilly with them. You don't have to accept what they believe, but you do have to respect their right to believe it. To show respect for a person's identity, it's a good idea to ask them about their beliefs and how they came to them. Okay, that's all for me. Thank you very much. Back to moderator.
All right, thank you, Evie, for your very nice presentation. So that was the presentation that giving by Evie Yuniarti. And now we are going to the fourth presenter. That is Sandra Amelia with her topic, Let's Fight Prejudicism, Life Without Othering. So please, to Sandra, welcome. Time is yours. Hello, Sandra? Sandra?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you hear me? Well, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hi, good morning everyone. How's your life? Hopefully you are always in a good condition. First, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Sandra Amelia, and it's an honor for me to speak in front of you, special and great participants. Well, let's get started. Yeah, as we know together, that knowledge until we are not, and even racism in our life. It's something right? So, it can make one party lose. It can feel uncomfortable, to me, and even be hurt. It can be mental or physical or both. Therefore, the fact that I recognize life without othering. Yeah, today in my presentation. And in this paradise and this is about how to othering and the what will happen if we fight prejudice and othering. Well, let's get started from the first section. Prejudice. Yes. Prejudice comes from the word be and judge. Oh. How clear? Kintan, can you hear me? Or anyone?
Hello, Sandra.
Can you hear me?
Sandra, I'm sorry, but your voice is not really clear.
Oh. Oh.
Is the signal is in good condition?
Yes, it's good.
Or you want to move to another turn, maybe?
I tried to use my phone.
Oh, all right. So now we are going move to the next presenter first, all right? So you will be after her.
Oh, it's okay.
All right.
I'm sorry for
Thank you,
this
Sandra.
trouble. Yes.
All right. So that was the presentation given by Sandra. The presentation will be continued after the next presenter here. So now we are going to the fifth presenter first. So here, welcome Tia Elvia with her topic, Dealing with Othering in Cross-Cultural Communication. All right, Tia Elvia, please welcome. Time is yours.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hi everyone, thank you for joining this webinar. How are you doing? May you always be given health by God. My name is Elvia, and over the next few minutes, I will present about dealing with othering in cross-cultural communication. This is an opportunity for me to speak in front of you all. Hopefully you are not bored and please enjoy. Before that, I'm going to divide the presentation into 3 sections. In the first section, I would like to talk about the definition of othering and how it happens. In the second section, I would like to talk about the impact of othering. And in the last section is how to deal with othering. Well, let's start. Now, I would like to tell you about my experience. I was born in Japanese environment. This is the first time I lived in different environment, especially in Sudanese environment when I entered the college life. In my daily life, I found many differences, and that makes me think that living in your environment is very difficult. But however, it was a process that I had to go through. I should be able to adapt many things, whether the language, the culture, and also the identity, and so on. One day, I go to public place with using public transportation, but unfortunately, I got two service from the driver. The driver shouted at me and gave his unfriendly eyes for me. At the time, he asked several things in Sudanese, but I responded that I didn't understand what he was saying. After that, he yelled at me and gave his unfriendly eyes, even though I had explained before that I didn't understand what he was saying because I just moved to Tasikmalaya a few days ago. From this, we can pull it the process of othering. So, what's the definition of othering itself? According to K. Wilson, othering is the process of assumption or an assumption that someone from one group is less valuable from the other group. And then, how othering can be happen? Othering happen when we forget, we ignore the humanity of an individual, and we make that person into someone we don't want to see because of differences, such as different identity, different cultural background, different language, and so on. Okay, next, let's move to the impact of othering. Othering has the opportunity to affect our health, our wellness, and eventually our life. As we know that everyone is different. Some people have different backgrounds and different cultures. Mariana stated that when people tend to look at someone, but they don't see them at all, and when you don't see someone at all, sometimes you feel like they don't have as much value. So you tend to put them with not the same respect. Then when you see someone is not having as much value, so you start to hurt them. This is hurt scary, right? Through othering, we can first people. Okay, the last section is how to deal with othering. Between two cultures, we feel the responsibility to respect, but at the same time, we felt a space where we can't unite because of differences. So, it is important to understand others' culture, and we can fix it through learning their culture. As Militiram stated, we should manage the diversity that we face every day, and also we should be a model behavior that reflects acceptance, respect, and love to the other. Everyone deserves to be treated the same, so we need to help them and give them a hand. Learning about new culture, like opening a door to another space with things to discover by understanding their culture. Understanding culture has many benefits. It helps us make new friends from different region, different country, and also different culture. But sometimes we face many challenges while trying to confirm a different culture, right? So from this, we should be open-minded and learn why they do like that, or learn something that could be same or different with our own culture. But remember, in that situation, we should show our respect, show understanding, and show empathy for others. So this way, we can build a positive change, and also we can build a good relationship with others. Remember that we are all different, and that is awesome. So please stop comparing. Thank you for your kind attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Let's back to the moderator, Kintan.
All right, thank you to Elvia for your very nice presentation. So that was the presentation given by Tia Elvia. And now we are going to the next presenter. There is Sandra Amelia to continue the presentation with her topic, Let's Fight Prejudicism, Life Without Othering. So Sandra, please welcome. Time is yours.
Well,
Hello, Sandra.
yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Oh, I have some trouble. Well, let's continue my presentation last time. It's about fight prejudice and life without othering. How about now? Is it clear? I mean, my voice clear? Is clear? You can respond in the chat column. Well, prejudice. What is prejudice and othering? Prejudice itself comes from the word pre and judge. And Deborah Brown put in her YouTube video that prejudice is identifying people of something in identifying people or identifying something before we know that it is true or not without facts and evidence. So we judge someone with negative judgment, but we don't know it is true or not. That's called prejudice. And othering itself is process of stigmatization that differs or that defines another in negative manner. And according to Edmund Husserl, othering is identifying people by a characteristic that differs from some perceived normative when irrelevant. So both of them are negative. Therefore, we need to fight that, fight prejudice and fight othering. So how to fight that? Let's move on to the second section. Well, the thing that we need in cross culture or the thing that we need in diverse cultures is intercultural understanding, intercultural awareness. When we watch something or when we see something, we have to see not just from our side, but we also have to see from the other side. We have to thinking out of the box. If we find new culture, we have to get to know what is something behind that, what is something exists in that culture. If we did that, we will realize that everything has a special thing. Every culture has a reason for existence. Therefore, we need to fight that. We need to empathy, we need to empathy and also be tolerant person. And when we meet or communicate with people from new culture, we should maintain our attitude wherever we go, whatever the environment we were in. It's important for us to act and behave in the possible way. And according to Rudolf den Hartog, so that if we are facing new culture, we should open-minded and open communication style for new culture. Therefore, the key point of this section is being open-minded and be empathy and tolerant person. Those are the way to fight prejudice and othering. And what will happen if we fight prejudice and othering? Well, I'm sure that you can imagine. You can imagine if we all live without othering, live without prejudice, and do not always feel that truest self is us, the truest cultures is us, the best cultures is us, and respecting the differences, respecting the other cultures. What will happen? Of course, a peace, respect diversity, and make unity. That's not just tagline of this webinar, but also what will happen if we fight prejudice and othering. And yeah, there were no cases of racism, there were no cases of discrimination, and there were no cases of attacking each other because of differences. So let's build our respect, because Muhammad Shaki said that respecting someone can indicate the quality of personality. I'm Sandra Amelia. Thank you very much. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Back to moderator.
All right, thank you, Sandra, for your very great presentation. So that was a presentation given by Sandra Amelia. And now we are going to the last presenter. There is Diana Puspitasari with her topic, 5 tips to avoid othering of teens. So Diana, please welcome. Time is yours.
Thank you, Kintan. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome to the last material with me, Diana Puspitasari. There are so many cases of demeaning others because they are different or they are strange. So many people have talked about it. On this occasion, I would like to convey more in accordance with the scope in the family and environment with the theme 5 tips to avoid the other. These tips are useful for us in the future. According to Friedman, 2015, most parents want to raise children who have generosity, act with toward others, and have compassion for suffering. We want them to be grateful for what they have and to use their strength to help others. But we must also recognize the danger of becoming patronizing and feeling we have the answer to other people's strength. To avoid this, remind your children that everyone needs help at times, that all of us have something to offer others, and that the world is a better place when we help one another out. These tips can help you right giving children while avoiding an us and them perspective that can become an unused and them. An us and them perspective that can become an unintended consequence for serving others. The first is remember that the benefits are two-sided. Help children understand that giving can broaden our understanding, develop skills, and give us purpose. The second is talk about when you help. But it is important to tell stories when your family needs and help together. For example, are you sick and relying? Tell your child about people who have increased your needs and what they mean. The third is do 180S with your child. The words from another person. You sing teacher when class is on you sing your classmates when below at more on similarities than differences. Help your children see the similarities between the identities of their class. Will help your child refuse to form stereotypes. And the last is explain the issues behind the trouble. Talk about how you and others might to set a bigger problem, just reduce symptoms. And be careful to making assumptions with too little information. These tips can help build your children's compassion muscle as they try to make sense to the disparities in the and work to make a difference. Thank you very much. Back to the moderator. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
All right, thank you, Diana, for your very great presentation. So that's all the presentation session. Once more, I say thank you again to all presenters that have delivered the material very clearly. And now we are going to the questions and answers session. All right, as I mentioned before, so for the participants who want to ask a question, you may type the questions in the chat box below, and don't forget to write the address of your questions too. All right, so here there are 2 questions. All right, for the first questions is come from Nur. A question is for Sri Mulyani. The question is how to maintain the identity. All right, so Sri Mulyani. Hello, Sri. You may answer the questions now.
Oh, all right.
All right. Please.
All right, Kintan. Here I would like to answer the question from Nur. The question is how to maintain the identity. Yes, it is a very good question. And here I would like to answer the question. For this question, I think you must recognize yourself well, and then understand yourself and be yourself, and stop comparing yourself to others, because everyone has their own specialty. Thank you. Kintan?
Yeah, all right. Thank you, Sri, for your nice answer.
You're
all
welcome.
right. Now we are going to the second question. The second question is, why does the presentation and support with slide presentation? All right, maybe it will be answered by me. This presentation and support with slide presentation, as I mentioned before, this rule of the game that this is an oral presentation. So if oral presentation, no written material that needs to be delivered to the participants. So maybe that's the answer for Sir Suharwanto. Thank you, sir, for asking a question. And now we are going to the... Oh, all right. Is there anyone here who want to ask a questions again?
Hello, Kintan.
All right. Why, Sandra?
I'd like to add Sri's answer about maintain identity.
Oh, all right. Oh.
Is it okay? Yes, that's really great question. How to maintain our identity? As Sri said before, I'm agree with what Sri said before. And we have to always show what you want to be, your identity, and don't be easily influenced by the others. And yeah, if we want to maintain our identity, we have to should have the reason for the existence of identity, and make sure that your identity is good and have a reason. If we have a reason for the identity that uh, in our self, we will it's make easier for us to maintain that. Yeah, if we have no reason for that identity, it's quite difficult to maintain that. So don't be easily influenced by the others. Make sure that uh believe the identity you build is a good identity and have the reason for existence. That's that's for me. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Sandra, for adding a questions. And then here there is a next question is come from Sheila. The question is for Tia Elvia. And then the question is, we are really close with these two terms. First, the minority adjusts the majority accept the existence of minority. What do you think about the regarding to the othering phenomenon? Thank you. All right, Tia. So please, Tia Elvia, you may start to answer the question now.
Yes. Thank you, Stella, for your very nice question. I will answer it. In my opinion, these two terms, like minority and majority, is always relevant. We will face it in every diverse or unite culture. So I think we can't pass it really, because it was like same term. It was always same. It was could be same or different, but we should manage it, and we should face it with open-minded. Because why? Because open-minded is one way. Is one way. Is the first way. I mean, to pass and also to delete the minority and also the majority. Yes, this is my question. And this is my answer, I mean. And also I want to add it, when you face minority and majority, you also should be able to adapt many things, whether it's the same or different with your own culture. Because why? Because it's really important for you to keep your identity, but also it's really important also for you to understand other cultures. Thank you, Stella.
All right. Thank you, Tia Elvia, for your nice answer. And now we are going to the next question. The question is come from Zehan. And then the question is addressed to Sandra. And then the question is about othering. We have been discussing a lot about how to avoid othering as much as possible. But what if we are one of them who are being alienated? Who are we supposed to behave in such situations? All right, so Sandra, you may start to answer the questions.
Yes, thank you for this question. That's really great question. If we are one of the people that get othering from people, such as minority, or we say that minority. So we have to solve the truth of ourselves, the truth of our identity. If we the other if we are considered negative person by the others, it is an opportunity for us to show how we really are. Yeah, if we people if people say that our staff is negative person or negative people, it's important for us to, it's also an opportunity to us to show who is our staff actually. But of course, not showing the negative person, but show the truth of positive of ourselves. That's really important to, yeah, if we are stay in, what is it, in prejudice or othering cases. That's from it, Kintan. That's really great question. Back to moderator.
All right, thank you, Sandra, for your nice answer. All right, so the question and answer session is closed. And then from our, then I would like to say thank you very much to the participants who have asked questions that are very good. And for the presenters also who have answered the questions very clearly. And now from our discussion today, it can be concluded that identity is of course important because identity is a self-reflection about who we are, about how we see ourselves. And many factors that can shape our identity. It can be from our family, friends, and then culture also have a big influence to our identity. As we know that our identity is of course different from one another because of some situations and conditions. But the difference itself, it's sometimes hard to be united. It becomes a space between us. So why is it happen? It is happen because we cannot respect each other. So how to handle with that situation? We need to be respect each other by recognize ourselves very well. If we cannot know ourselves very well, we would be easy to appreciate the other, to respect another. And going to cultural identity. Cultural identity, it can be defines as the behavior or characteristic of someone's culture. As we have already know, that culture also have a difference itself, and sometimes the difference itself becomes space between us, and then it have a positivity and negativity. The negativity, it can trigger us to prejudice and othering as have been explained by Sandra Amelia and Tia Elvia. So we need to fight for prejudice and othering. How to fight with both of them? We need to be open-minded and then empathy and tolerant, and we should remember that we are not better than anyone, and we need to learn from anyone without seeing their background, their identity, as long as the things are good. So that's all our webinar series EDSA today. Once more, I say thank you very much to all presenters and participants who have joined our webinar series EDSA today. I hope from our discussion today, we can build respect to respect the diverse culture as our tagline, respect diversity and make unity. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.